Lord Lieutenant, Defence Attaché, Provost, our Norwegian guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome everybody here today and thank you very much for coming. This is a very special and historic moment, and we're here to unveil the Stone of Friendship all the way from Norway. I'd like to now hand over to our Lord Lieutenant, Fiona Armstrong.
Beverly, thank you very much indeed, and what a wonderful Scottish welcome with the Buccleuch and Queensbury Band. They're terrific, aren't they? Let's give them a round of applause. As Beverly said, my name is Fiona Armstrong and I am the Lord Lieutenant of Dumfries, and it is my very great pleasure to welcome everybody from Norway, everybody from Scotland, everyone from other parts of the world. It is wonderful to see you here today. I had thought it might rain, that's what the forecast said, but hey, even the weather is welcoming today, the Scottish weather. But then the sun always shines on Dumfries. Today, ladies and gentlemen, the people of Dumfries hold out their arms to you, just as they did all those years ago. The links between Scotland and Norway are deep and they are lasting. We treasure these connections. They go back many decades and are kept strong by the Scottish-Norwegian connection. Beverly, Andrew, everybody, you are a remarkable group. Thank you for all you do to keep these links going. Thank you also to Dumfries and Galloway Council, Provost, councillors, staff. I know you have been incredibly supportive about this event and helped to make this weekend possible. But to our Norwegian friends, as Lord Lieutenant, I am the King's personal representative in this part of Scotland. As such, I'm sure that our King will be delighted to know that your King has sent his military attaché to represent him at this unveiling. Captain Hope, it is an honour to have you here with us today, along with our Norwegian visitors. Our royal family are cousins of your royal family. When Norway was occupied in 1940, the then Norwegian ruler found refuge here in the UK. King Haakon came to London, and it brought the branches of the royal family closer. Our late Queen Elizabeth called King Haakon Uncle Charles. He was a favourite uncle. And it was even said that Her Majesty named her first child after him. Prince Charles, of course, is now our King Charles. And just as those royal links endure, so too do the bands of friendship between Scotland and Norway, and in particular between Dumfries and Norway. Thank you for honouring us with your presence and for bringing this very special stone, one that will stand firm and strong as a lasting symbol of our links. Captain Hope and our Norwegian visitors, this weekend our town is your town, just as it was all those years ago when your people found shelter here and went on to give so much in the fight for freedom. Thank you for the sacrifices your people made. May you take back fond memories of your stay with us, and once again, velkommen!
Thank you very much, Fiona, that was lovely. Thank you for your kind words. I'd now like to call on Provost Maureen Johnson to say a few words. Thank you.
Lord Lieutenant, Captain Hope, members of the Scottish-Norwegian Connection, councillors, ladies and gentlemen, it is an immense honour to be part of this wonderful event. Now I know it has been a long time in the making. It was first planned, I understand, for the year 2020, and it is a testament to the tenacity and determination of the Scottish-Norwegian connection that you have overcome a worldwide COVID pandemic and other challenges to make this happen. Perhaps that strength of purpose of the organisation is there because of its very beginning during World War II. People from different nationalities working together to overcome obstacles, finding solutions to problems, and people from one nation extending the hand of friendship to the thousands of soldiers from another nation, stationed in a strange town, spread across various locations. Perhaps also because our countries share the same values and interests. We have a tendency to be straightforward, saying what we mean, to be loyal and stand up for what is right. Now we also care deeply for our environment and are proud of the places in which we live. The barnacle geese at Karlavrock and Spitsbergen are a unique connection, and we are so very proud of that. And there are many artefacts in the museum, indeed some on display in the province room just around the corner at the council chambers, including a very fine Viking longship, thankfully not life-size. Now that have come from all over Norway over many years. Now there are friendships and marriages that have taken place too, as we can see here today. And all of this evidences continuing interaction. And I'm sure you will enjoy seeing all the exhibits and meeting people, perhaps finding connections with your own hometown over the coming days. Also, our nations both have the traits of being very generous, true and kind friends. And the gift of this stone is a physical demonstration of that generosity and kindness. And it will showcase that for generations to come. The Friendship Stone takes its place on land, which is part of the Dumfries Common Good Fund. Now this is a very special and very historic designation of property that must be observed and kept for the common good of the town, so that everyone in the locality can benefit from its use. And this addition certainly fulfills that requirement, as it enhances the profit. Now I am delighted to see fellow members of the Dumfries Common Good Committee here today, because as the custodians of these assets, we were delighted to approve the proposal. Now we can see that this improved space will provide local people and visitors with a focal point and a unique landmark where people can meet, sit and chat, and who knows, maybe we will see more friendships and maybe more marriages as a result of these meetings. Now we are honoured to have Captain Hope with us today as King Harold's representative to perform the official unveiling. And as I am sure, we are all now desperate to see it. So I shall conclude by thanking you all for being here today for this historic occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. That was lovely. I'd now like to ask and welcome Aslak Val, Chairman of Scottish Norwegian Connection, to come forward and say a few words. Thank you.
Lord Lieutenant Fiona Armstrong, Paul Hooper, and Norwegian, Prost Maureen Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, the time has now come for the formal and historic moment when SNC's gift to the town of Dumfries shall be unveiled. We have brought with us a piece of our country in gratitude to Dumfries and all Dumfries. For the open-hearted manner you opened not only your hearts, but also your homes to our forebears during World War II. During the summer of 1940, more than 1,000 whalers came to Dumfries. They were unable to return to Norway since the homeland was occupied by Germans. Throughout the war, you gave shelter, hope, and friendship to more than 2,000 Norwegians here in the town. They were all treated and greeted as friends. In Norway, the knowledge regarding the Norwegian Brigade and their time spent here in Scotland is scarcely known and hardly documented. Our friends Beverly Tom and Michael Tom enlightened us regarding the Norwegian history in Dumfries by inviting us to visit Dumfries Museum. This was 15 years ago. We discovered then that a large part of the museum was dedicated Norwegians in Dumfries during the war. Later, Beverly and Michael and St. Michael's Church have twice organized the Norwegian Commemoration Day in honor of Norwegian guests. After our visit in 2015, together with 19 other Norwegians, we were inspired to establish our SNC, Scottish Norwegian Connection. The foundation of the SNC was 18th May 2017, a special day after a day after the special day, 17th of May. Beverly and Michael had made honorary members then of SNC. This is our third common visit, and we are 35 guests from Norway this weekend. The SNC purpose is, amongst other things, to document the day-to-day life the Norwegians experienced here in Dumfries and Scotland during the war. Not only within the Norwegian Brigade, but also on a human level, interacting with the people here. Lastly, but not least, to show others what friendship means and the true value of friendship. A strong bond of friendship emerged from the very moment the Norwegians arrived. A stone of friendship. And we wish to assure everyone that this friendship is still as strong as back then. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for taking care of our ancestors in 1940. Thank you for the heartfelt and warm welcome we feel this moment today. Thank you for being here with us. I will now pass you back to Beverly, who will introduce our honored guest.
Thank you very much, Angela. That's good. It's now my official and particular pleasure to welcome to Dumfries the Norwegian Defence Attaché, Captain Poland.
Thank you very much, Lord Lieutenant Frost of Dumfries. Dear friends of Scotland and Norway, and thanks especially to SNC and especially Beverly for organizing this celebration and commemoration weekend. It is an honor for me to represent the Norwegian King, Norway and the Norwegian Embassy here today. Friendship made during hard times often lasts for a long time, which we see here today. As two seafaring neighbouring nations, Norway and Scotland and UK has always been close. Maybe not as friendly in the beginning as the Vikings were ruling the seas, but this changed into a really close friendship as time passed. Thanks to Queen Victoria's plan of marrying her children into the majority of the European royal families. Our royal families are related, as Lord Lieutenant alluded to. This became important when Norway was occupied during the Second World War, and the royal family, together with our government, managed to escape to the UK. The bonds grew even closer during the years in exile. However, it wasn't only the royal family and our government who benefited from your kind hospitality. Many sailors, fishermen, people from the resistance also made their way to UK and Scotland, where they contributed to fighting in the fight to liberate Norway from the Nazi occupiers. The Norwegians were welcomed and supported by local communities like the one here in Dumfries. Many of the Norwegians signed up from Norwegian squadrons and divisions in the UK, where they fought together or as part of the Royal Navy, Royal Air Force, Royal Army and also the Special Operating Executive Branch. The majority of the Norwegian Army in the UK formed the Norwegian Brigade here in Dumfries. Many women also volunteered for duties within various services and contributed significantly toward the common goal of liberating Norway. As we have heard, these have not been properly recognized always, but we hope that in the future this will be they will be made justice. Many of the Norwegians sacrificed their lives fighting together or side by side with UK and Allied soldiers, airmen and sailors. Some of these are buried in the UK and some here in Dumfries. Amongst those who survived, some settled in the UK. As the Norwegian Defence Attaché to the UK, I have the pleasure of visiting many of these sites, war graves and memorial sites, to commemorate the brave men and women who lost their life in the fight for our freedom. Memorials are important in order to pass on history for future generations. On behalf of Norway, I want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your hard work in getting the memorial stone on site. Your dedication and commitment made this possible, and we are truly grateful for your efforts. I know there were some setbacks, such as COVID, which I actually benefited from, because then I'm actually here today and can have the honor. The memorial stone means a lot to many people, and your contribution will be remembered and appreciated by all the people who visit this site. So once again, I would like to thank the Scottish National Connection, and especially Beverly and her husband Michael, for their effort in making this possible. Thank you very much.
very much, Captain Paul. Right. Thank you. I'd like now to hand you over to Michael to say a few words about the stone. He feels he's nurtured it all the way since it arrived, so it's been quite a journey, both from Norway and when it arrived here. The stone has finally come of age.
And my apologies, I need big writing. I'm getting older. This boulder was born in Norway. It became a rock with a destiny. And its destiny lay here in the town of Dumfries. It will forever remind us of the long and lasting friendships that were made here during those dark and unsure times of World War II. The Scottish-Norwegian connection gifted this stone of friendship to Dumfries and Galloway, and we in Dumfries have created this circle of friendship in which it will be kept safe. Could I ask Captain Paul Hope, could you extend the hand from Norway to be accepted by the hand from Britain and shake? Could you shake hands, please? Yeah. With this simple act, we acknowledge our commitment. We will maintain the friendship and grow the ties that bind our two countries together. The circle of friendship will be unbroken. This rock has fulfilled its destiny. Thank you very much.
We now have a little presentation to two ladies who are part of the DFDS. Are you okay to move? Oh, sorry, we now have a presentation. Could you move over to this side? Thank you. Ashlight, would you please come forward? Could I ask Gemma Harper and Anna Kozlowska from DFDS to join us, please? Welcome, ladies. I'll hand you over to Ashlight.
I'm very glad that you are here today. You have made a long journey coming up here today to experience the unveiling of the stone. The stone is a stone coming from Norway, as you have been told. But that is not so easy with a stone over 1,800 kilos. So we are very glad that the company DFDS, they have supported us in Norway with the transport and took it on one of their boats from Brevik to England. And then after that they put it on a big lorry up to Dumfries, where it now is on its own and right place. So I will hand over a small miniature of the stone to you representing DFDS as a good sponsor of this event. So thank you, both of you. Take it back to the DFDS, and we will be proud of telling others that you have done this for SNC and for the town of Dumfries. Thank you.
Thank you, girls. Thank you, Ashla. I'd like to thank everybody for coming along today and joining us and supporting us in everything that we've done. I'm really impressed with the stone, and it just leaves me to say thank you very much for everything, and to ask the Buccleuch and Queensberry Pipe Band to bring the proceedings to an end and to strike up Retreat, playing the Green Hills of Tyrol. Thank you very much.
The sounds might have been traditionally Scottish, but this was an event that really reflected both countries. After a parade over the River Nith, crowds gathered at the White Sands to hear Norway's gratitude to the town for the warmth offered to those who fled here 80 years ago.
There was many friendships made during the war, not only with Scots and Norwegians, but also Norwegians who came over, whether it was on the Shetland bus, whether they came in through the ports from the south of England, but they were established here. The Norwegian Brigade was established here in 1940 in August, and from then the numbers grew over the years, and they moved to various other parts of Scotland. We have many people here today who have uncles and grandfathers who came during the war, and they met and married local girls.
peaceful waters along the shores of Norway are peaceful no longer.
When Norway was occupied by Nazi Germany in 1940, many received military training there, and the army command later moved to the town. The links have remained, with the King of Norway paying a visit. On Saturday, the defence attaché represented the royal family.
It's important because the generation who actually took part, and also maybe their children, they are now fading out and disappearing from this planet. So it's important to have memorials like this, so the history actually can be transferred to next generations.
The Scottish-Norwegian connection organised for the stone to be laid. It was brought from Norway to the UK. What does it mean to be here today to see this stone unveiled?
That is fantastic. That is, we have worked for that years to make such a historic moment as this, to make it known to Dunhamers and Scottish people that Norway, they have friends in Scotland and especially in Dumfries. The first 1,100 Norwegians came to Dumfries June 1940, and 90% of them were whalers from our region, a bit south of Oslo.
Now there is a permanent reminder of the links and the thanks that is still being shown after 80 years. Hannah McNulty, ITV News, Dumfries.